What could make a decorated war hero say, "I truly hated him more than anyone"? Which Hollywood star did Dale Robertson despise so intensely that even decades after the man's death, he refused to soften his words? And what dark secret about this Golden Age actor made Robertson declare he was rotten without a single regret? Stay with us as we uncover one of Hollywood's most brutal and personal feuds that reveals the ugly truth behind the glamorous facade of classic cinema. Dale Lemoyne Robertson was born on July 14, 1923, in Hara, Oklahoma. Growing up in the rugged landscape of the American heartland during the Great Depression, he learned the value of hard work early on. Riding horses and developing a sense of independence were part of his daily life, qualities that would eventually translate seamlessly onto the screen, giving him an authenticity that audiences deeply admired. Before Hollywood ever knew his name, Robertson served his country with exceptional distinction during World War II. He enlisted in the U.S. Army and became part of the 322nd Combat Engineer Battalion, eventually earning a commission as a second lieutenant, later transferring to the 332nd Combat Engineer Battalion and serving with the 101st Cavalry. Robertson was wounded twice in combat, earning a Bronze Star and other military honors. Many who knew him personally remarked that Robertson was a genuine hero long before he ever became a television star, and his time in service added a sense of stoicism and quiet strength to his screen persona. Robertson's entry into Hollywood came entirely by chance. While recovering from his wartime injuries, he had a photograph taken for his mother. That photograph caught the eye of talent agents who saw in him the rugged good looks and natural charisma that casting directors constantly sought. This unexpected turn led to his first small roles in films during the late 1940s and early 1950s. His career exploded when he became associated with the Western genre. His most iconic role came with the television series Tales of Wells Fargo, which ran from 1957 to 1962, playing Special Agent Jim Hardy, a character embodying courage, fairness, and resilience. Robertson's natural horsemanship combined with his stoic presence gave the show a realism that distinguished it from other westerns. Millions of viewers tuned in each week, and Robertson quickly became a beloved figure in American households. But here's where the story takes a darker turn. How could a man so beloved harbor such intense hatred? Beyond Tales of Wells Fargo, Robertson appeared in movies such as Dakota Incident in 1956, Return of the Texan in 1952, and Sitting Bull in 1951-1954. He also headlined other TV series, including Iron Horse from 1966 to 1968, and made notable guest appearances on Dynasty and Dallas in the 1980s. In 1968, he took on the role of host for the anthology series Death Valley Days, where his natural storytelling ability made him perfect for introducing dramatic stories from America's frontier history. During the 1970s, Robertson portrayed real-life FBI agent Melvin Purvis in two television movies, Melvin Purvis G-Man in 1974 and The Kansas City Massacre in 1975. These films depicted Purvis's battles against infamous gangsters such as John Dillinger and Pretty Boy Floyd, and Robertson's performances were praised for their intensity and realism. In 1987, he headlined the NBC crime drama J.J. Starbuck, playing a wealthy Texan who traded his business empire for a life of solving crimes. Robertson's portrayal, with his folksy wisdom and larger-than-life personality, was both entertaining and endearing, though the show had a short run. Dale Robertson was never the type of man to sugarcoat his opinions, whether about his own work in Hollywood, the people he admired, or the people he couldn't stand. And now we arrive at the heart of our story. Among all the actors he crossed paths with during his long career, there was one man who, according to Robertson, embodied nearly everything he despised about the entertainment industry. That man was Robert Taylor, the handsome leading man of the 1930s through the 1950s, often hailed as one of MGM's most bankable stars. Robertson did not mince words when speaking about him, making it abundantly clear in private conversations and candid interviews. "I truly hated him more than anyone." Robertson's dislike stemmed from more than personal differences. It was a clash of principles. Born in Oklahoma and raised with a strong sense of independence, honesty, and hard work, Robertson believed an actor should be genuine, both in life and on screen. He often said, "An actor doesn't have to pretend to be a good man. He either is or he isn't. The camera catches it, and the audience knows the difference." To Robertson, Robert Taylor was the embodiment of the opposite. He viewed him as artificial, a man who looked the part of a star, but lacked the sincerity and ruggedness Robertson felt was essential. "He was always worried about his image," Robertson once remarked. Robert Taylor never cared about the story, the truth, or even the damn character. All he cared about was how he looked in the shot, hair just right, chin tilted just so, the spotlight catching his best side. To me, that wasn't acting. That was vanity. But wait, there's more to this story that will shock you. The contempt wasn't purely professional. Robertson told stories of social encounters with Taylor that deepened his distaste. He looked down on people, Robertson said. If you weren't part of his little circle of yes men or studio pets, he treated you like you were beneath him. I never stood for that. Not from anyone. I was raised to shake a man's hand, look him in the eye, and treat him with respect, no matter who he was. Robert Taylor thought he was above all that. Another point of conflict was politics and loyalty. During the tense post-war years of Hollywood, Taylor famously testified before the House Un-American Activities Committee, cooperating in naming names of colleagues suspected of communist sympathies. To Robertson, who valued loyalty above almost anything else, this was unforgivable. He turned his back on people he worked with, people who trusted him. I could never respect that. I'd rather be blacklisted myself than sell out a friend. Robert Taylor didn't think twice about it. That told me everything I needed to know about the kind of man he was. What especially rankled Robertson was the contrast between Taylor's image and his reality. The public saw a noble, all-American hero, but Robertson insisted it was all a facade. Hollywood made him into something he wasn't, Robertson said, bitterly. He was supposed to be the picture of decency, the strong, silent man women dreamed about and men wanted to be. But I knew the truth. Underneath it all, he was just a coward who hid behind his looks and his studio contracts. The animosity lasted throughout Robertson's life. Even decades later, long after Taylor's death in 1969, Robertson would not soften his tone. When asked if time had mellowed his opinion, he would shake his head. Some people you learn to forgive as the years go by. You look back and think, well, maybe they weren't so bad after all. Not him. Robert Taylor was exactly what I thought he was the first day I met him, and I thought he was rotten. If anything, the years only proved me right. In the often political, carefully balanced world of Hollywood, such blunt assessments were rare, but Robertson didn't care. "I wasn't in this business to make friends in the studio cafeterias," he once said. "I came to tell stories, play real men, and earn my keep. If that ruffled feathers, so be it. But if there's one feather I never minded ruffling, it was Robert Taylor's." As his health began to fail in his later years, Dale Robertson relocated to the San Diego area, a move necessitated by his steadily declining condition. San Diego, with its coastal air and proximity to advanced medical facilities, became his last home. Despite his enduring spirit and determination, he could not overcome the combined toll of lung cancer and pneumonia. Surrounded by the dedication of medical professionals and the love of his family, Robertson's life came to a close at Scripps Memorial Hospital in La Jolla, California, on February 26, 2013. He was 89 years old. His passing marked not only the end of a long fight against illness, but also the conclusion of a legendary life story that had touched millions of fans. Even in his final days, his legacy as a Hollywood cowboy, a television star, and a man who carried himself with dignity remained undiminished, leaving an indelible mark on the hearts of those who admired him.